you're solving a system of equations by elimination, your goal is to do exactly what that method says, eliminate one of the two variables. So what I'm going to do first is make sure that everything's lined up. I've got my x's, my y's, equals a number, and then I'm going to make sure I have what we call additive inverses. And an additive inverse is just a term that adds to another term and you get 0. Basically, it's going to cancel out completely. So when I look at my x's, these are not additive inverses because when I add, I get 12 and I want to get 0. My y's, -5 and -3, when I add give me -8, so that's not what I want because I want 0. So I need to force there to be additive inverses. That way when I add, I get 0 x's or maybe I get 0 y's. So we're going to look for which seems like the easiest to turn into the opposite. When I'm looking at my x's, if I want to get 0, I could add 8 with -8. So I would need to turn this 4 into a -8. And I could do that pretty easily by multiplying by -2. Now, if I look at my y's, if I wanted to make these opposites or additive inverses, I'm going to have a harder time because there's not really a very nice number that I can multiply 3 by to get +5. So I think probably the best bet is to multiply this 4 by -2. But I can't just multiply the 4 by -2 and move on. When you're multiplying, we have to multiply everything on the left and everything on the right. So when I distribute, I get -8x plus 6y is going to equal -10. So that is my new second equation. So this one is gone, and I rewrote it as this one. So I'll bring down that original first equation and just line it up underneath, and then I will add down. Because I have the additive inverses, when I add my x's, they cancel. 6 minus 5 is going to give me 1y equals 1. If you need to divide by 1, you can. Y is going to equal 1. Perfect. We have part of our answer, but we have both x and y in this equation, so I need to go back and find my x. I'm going to take this y value, plug it into any equation that has x and y in it, and then I'll be able to solve for x. So you can pick your favorite. You could pick the equation we created, the -8x plus 6y equals -10. You could even pick that original 4x minus 3y equation, or you could go all the way back up to the very top and pick 8x minus 5y. I think I actually do like that second equation the most, so I'm going to go ahead and take this equation and plug in my y of 1 to solve for x. And I find an x value of 2. So what we found is that the solution to this system of equations is an x value of 2 and a y value of 1, and I'll write it as an ordered pair and call it a day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.